Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I'm taking a look at this New York Times article that throws a ton of cold water on the 2-year-old CHIPS Act. Let's jump into it. So for background, you probably remember that in 2022, the Biden administration signed legislation that was basically a handout to the microchip manufacturing industry in order to incent them to move manufacturing to the United States. Ostensibly, this move was to reduce American reliance on Taiwan-based manufacturing companies as Taiwan remains under threat from China. And it seems that in the 2 years since it was passed, things have not gone well, and it seems that Intel's struggles have been a leading cause of concern. So let's get into the article. One of the first red flags is that Intel is the largest single recipient of CHIPS Act money and accounts for more than a quarter of the total CHIPS Act funding. And the U.S. Secretary of Commerce has pitched Intel as a chip manufacturer to Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, Marvell, and others, and the majority have said no thanks. Yikes. So Intel has the government openly pushing their products, and in spite of this government assistance, Intel has laid off 15,000 workers and delayed a large factory opening in Ohio, and Intel has been the target of takeover discussions from its rivals, such as Qualcomm. Not good. The second red flag comes from quotes from people connected to getting the CHIPS Act passed. One of the White House staffers that worked on this legislation said, quote, "The nightmare scenario is you have a huge bet that just fails, and it's natural folks looking at this would be worried." Unquote. You can't help but get the sense that the feds are swimming upstream here against the broader global technology trends. One Intel board member is quoted as saying, "Intel is going down a path I wasn't confident to succeed." That's an Intel board member. Another former Commerce Department official feared that, quote, "Intel is going to take CHIPS money, build an empty shell of a factory, and then never open it because they don't have customers." That's multiple people closely involved with this thing sharing some pretty serious concerns about Intel, the poster child for this legislation. And in a third red flag, the Secretary of Commerce, Gina Raimondo, has been concerned about being viewed too closely to Intel and has limited her public appearances with Intel. Seems like she might see this disaster coming down the road. Also, you'll remember just a month ago I covered on this channel that Intel had won a deal with Amazon. Well, according to this article, Gina Raimondo had made more forceful requests to companies to use Intel-based foundry, including to Andy Jassy, the CEO of Amazon. So it seems that Intel may have not won that Amazon deal on the merits. My goodness. I think it's too soon to declare this one way or the other as a failure or success, but this certainly looks like it could be a colossal train wreck in a year or two. This is what happens when government interferes in business and tries to pick winners and losers. At least in this case, the motivation seems to be reasonable and is aimed at reducing the risk posed by the concentration of chip-making capabilities in Taiwan. But oh my, these politicians come into office, they cook up some grandiose plans about how they're going to save the world, and then it blows up in their face. It reminds me of Solyndra in the Obama days. This happens every time, and it seems like it's happening again with the CHIPS Act. But what do you think? Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.